So, bad news first. It needs a turbo. Yeah, it smokes like a freight train. So yeah, I just picked the car back up from fab, and since we got everything sealed up, intercooler piping and exhaust and everything, it smokes. I guess I pulled all the spark plugs out, and I could tell that it's not coming from the engine by the way the spark plugs look, because there's literally like oil getting into the exhaust. I mean, it could be better. It looks like it is a little bit long, so it kind of loops a little bit. So if we shorten it up a little bit, it'll tighten it up closer to the engine and kind of make it less of a droop. Yeah, I mean, this thing definitely smokes pretty good.
Back. We gotta figure out what's going on. Cool. Well, one problem fixed.
Yeah, it seems like it's popping out a second.
What do you mean? Just like when you're in gear and it just pops out? Oh, that's not good. Okay, well.
One solved, another one added.
What's going on today, sweetheart? What are you going to be doing?
Mount and plumb the boost control solenoid. I kind of forget what else I have to do. I have to go through the list. Some miscellaneous stuff that's getting put on. I have to wire up the second fuel pump. I do got to take a look inside the gas tank because the fuel level gauge doesn't appear to be working anything less than a quarter tank. So it's probably getting hung up on something. So I'll have a look inside.
So how do you think you're going to troubleshoot the trans issue?
Last when I drove the car, it was popping out of second, fourth, and sixth gear, which is a common issue on the V160s. If you don't have the shifter linkage installed properly, it appears that this one wasn't, so hopefully that resolves the issue and it's not anything internally mechanically wrong with the trans, which I don't think it is. But outside of that, just kind of going through and butting up some miscellaneous stuff. Of course, he's missing the front bumper, so we have that to install. And, boost leak and fluids and things of that nature. So I'm hoping to have everything buttoned up today and we can talk with Alp about setting up a tune date, because I know him and the boys want to come down and have a look and watch. So, yeah, that's what we'll be going through today.
See on the agenda today. Okay, cool. Well, we'll see what is going on. I guess the further we get through it, we'll see how smooth it goes.
Yeah.
So what do you think? Day's work?
probably a day's work. I know they mentioned about putting an alternator on the car, so.
Do they need a new one? What's wrong with this one?
So Brandon's alternator took a dump and left him stranded because the car had no power.
And all these guys are buddies.
Yeah, so just out of peace of mind, they requested changing the alternator, so I'll probably put one on once I finalize everything else, and then, they kind of tally up everything.
You said you're going to go with the DC power?
Yeah, the DC power 180, it works very well. It puts out 180 amps. It's a direct bolt-in plug-and-play. And, we honestly haven't had a lick of any issues with it. A lot of the guys do the, Sequoia alternator. It's 150 amps, so it's 50 amps more than stock. But a lot of the guys doing it are using like the cheaper aftermarket amps, so your Advanced Auto Parts or AutoZone Special, and it kind of becomes questionable as to how long it's going to last. And by the time you buy an actual like OEM one or Denso one, it's like you might as well just fork over the money and do the DC Power 180. Spend a little bit more money, get a little bit better product, and something that's going to work and last.
Oh, so let's just real quick discuss the smoking issue, because I know I showed I have some clips of this thing schmirking, and
so they bought this turbo used.
Can we see it from
here?
here?
And yeah, I mean, it's a Precision, I think 66, 67, maybe, I don't remember. But they bought it used, apparently very low mileage, and I guess when they installed the turbo, whoever made the oil drain, it wasn't the ideal angle and it was sagging a little bit. Once we got the drain tightened up and the exhaust fitted and everything, and we're able to run the car for a decent amount of time, we noticed that the car was smoking. I pulled the plugs, verified it wasn't coming from the engine, and we kind of found out that it was a turbo. The car sat overnight, and I removed the turbo oil drain fitting from the bottom of the oil pan, and out came, a cup worth of oil. So that drain was just backed up and wasn't even draining. So I shortened up the drain and put an angle going into the pan, so that way it was a steady downstream flow into the pan. And now I've just been kind of monitoring and looking, because since the exhaust got full of oil from it leaking, all that's got to burn out. So it definitely smokes a lot less, and it seems to be clearing up, but kind of just keeping an eye on it and monitoring it, as if it doesn't get any better, then chances are, the turbo is no good and just going to keep leaking. And it was just a coincidence that, the drain was also not sufficient.
Yeah. Well, let's
so
hope
hopefully that's not the case.
Right. That's always a bummer. But yeah, other than that, it sounds amazing. I mean, I have to say, we have gotten so many compliments on this car, right? Everybody's like, I want my car to sound like this.
Yeah.
So Alp, you are definitely going to be the envy. It does. It sounds just like a monster. So, what was that?
I don't know. You dropped something next door.
Oh, it was next door.
Yeah.
Is it wired in yet?
The what?
Like any of your boost solenoid or any of that?
The harness wiring is there. I just have to wire it to the solenoid itself and plumb it into the system, and then wire up the second fuel pump, because they are staged.
Oh, they are?
Yeah.
What kind of fuel pumps now?
Maybe they're 450s or Haltech
450s.
pumps.
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure. I'll find out once I open up the gas tank.
Oh yeah, well that'll be good. We'll get some footage of you opening that up. This is the triple pump, right? The PHR triple pump. So.
I don't know.
Oh, you don't know? Okay.
I didn't
So it'll be a
surprise.
Did you look at it yet?
No.
Top hat? No. Okay.
No.
So you know there are 2 fuel pumps though?
Yes.
Okay. All right. We're gonna do 2, not 3. Not gonna add one.
No, he doesn't
need
need
to.
3 for his power level.
What power level are we looking at for this?
Whatever that turbo spits out.
Oh, okay. So.
So it's not a very big turbo, so maybe 800.
All right. Well, 800's not too shabby, right, Bubba? Huh? What do you think? You think it's shabby? She says, I want 850. All right, guys. Well, we'll let Edgar pull that fuel pump out. Fuel pump.
Yeah.
And get this sucker wired up. And hopefully set up a tune date soon, so. Yeah. Hey, get out from there. Come on. This dog's got a death wish. All right, so thanks so much for watching. We will be back. Ooh, fancy. It's our own little boost solenoid mount.